Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to this video. I'll be doing another series which is called Seven Deadly Sins of Software Project Management, or software projects mostly. I'm going to discuss management, just like software projects in general. And if you want to like create it in a more professional way, you can go to my blog post. Let me show you. On my blog post, you can go to zeriayman.com and you'll find it, the Seven Deadly Sins. I'm going to also put a link down below. This one has all the seven deadly sins and it's laid out in a more professional way than this one. I'm trying like to perfect my writing because as I mentioned probably in the previous video, or probably I didn't. Doing PhD right now, so I really need to have like that kind of English where I sound super professional. I mean, except in the abstract, I just wrote what I think. Not what I think, just like I wrote something there. It's just like an abstract, doesn't matter truly. Uh, as I said, the article will be more professional, but these videos are going to be a little bit of more stories and examples. And yeah, it's gonna be more about stories and what I've experienced throughout the previous years. Um, yeah, if you feel touched by some of these notes, please don't mind this. And I truly don't care if your feelings are hurt by anything like this, if you're like a previous client or anything. Truth has to be said, regardless of what feelings there are. Um, just to say it straight up, I respect my clients, all of them. I like all of them personally on a personal level. Like a lot of them are very good people, but sometimes it's just that. I mean, we're human, we make mistakes, but some of those mistakes are kind of deadly. And yeah, that's why I'm called it the deadly seven deadly sins. A lot of these can cause like projects to get, I don't know, thrown out, destroyed, or even like cancelled straight up. So yeah, hopefully you can avoid all of these in the future. And if you decide to work with me, well, by default, we're gonna avoid all of these mistakes because I'm the one saying them. I hope. I mean, sometimes it's kind of funny because sometimes I say a lot of these like tips and tricks and advice, but then I myself don't follow a lot of it. Maybe I'm a little bit more sentimental, but sentimental, emotional. Like I kind of, let things play out and then see how we deal with it. Like if you have pride, it doesn't mean that, okay, pride on what, like in arrogance, not in the other pride. That's bad. Like I would let you like do whatever you want. I mean, as long as we're seeing results. But sometimes if you're like doing the wrong thing, I will like you will hit. How do I phrase this? I'll become a wall that you're gonna hit eventually. You know what I mean? Like I'll stop you and I'll say, well, here's what you gotta do. If you don't, well, the project's gonna get cancelled, destroyed, or it's gonna fail basically. Yeah, as I mentioned, these videos are not like any explanation or any details. But yeah, I'm gonna read the explanation. I'm gonna give you like, if I remember correctly, probably two stories from my past experiences. But yeah, uh, okay. So pride, the sin of arrogance. I mean, this is like mostly what causes a lot of projects to fail is the arrogance of either, I don't know, the management team because they don't like to listen to opinions, or the devs because they think that they know more than what they actually know. And yeah, where assumptions are valued more than evidence. Basically, this is it. Yeah, they only care about their own opinion, and they don't truly care about what the evidence says. It convinces teams or leaders that they know what's right, causing them to ignore critical feedback from users, data, or colleagues. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one, and that is okay, whoa, this is massive. I did a project a while back, and well, I don't know. why can't I mean I'm drawing with a mouse, so it's kind of expected that I can't draw properly. But I've had a project where like the people in it. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about my project. Okay, in my final year of study, we had like this project uh, where we wanted to create like a business management solution, and basically what we did is we did like a study, like a very small study, and we seen the market and how it goes, and the data was uh, was telling us to basically, okay, startup kind of difficult, especially the thing we were doing like an basically an ERP, and it's gonna be like a lot of competition. And from what we've seen, like our like countrymen, they like free stuff. They like the self-hosted because they only enjoy like stuff that is in its own in their own server. Well, I kind of enjoy self-hosted as well, but um, and they also they won't pay much for subscription, even if it's like a very good subscription. Another thing is we don't have the infrastructure in our country for online payments, so we had to find a way around it. Well, with all of these like points, we still decided to go with the idea, and the end result was kind of catastrophic, and mainly because of our pride, because we are a bit arrogant. Is like, well, we're gonna create a cool thing with AI and stuff like that. I mean, if people don't like it, it's on them. It's not on us. We created like a good product, but no, in reality, it was on us, and we created the product, and we had discussions with some investors. The local investors didn't like it because it's first of all it's kind of paid, and they also like, as I said, the free software. And basically Udo did all of what we wanted to do, even though we had like some cool features compared to Udo, like the AI stuff and everything. But people really didn't trust in like two college students to handle something like this, and that's why our project failed. Yeah, we had a lot of pride. We really thought that we had the perfect idea. But no, we did not. And that's how it goes. And our project was a miserable failure. Yeah, very. It was like some rough times, you know? For the next points I'm gonna make, I wanna talk a little bit about a point that I have in my blog post. And that is, how do I cite without sounding? I don't know. Basically, give me a pause. I'm gonna think about it for a second. Well, second part is okay. I'm not gonna discuss any points in my thing. I'm gonna go to another story, which is about my worst freelancing project ever. And in that project, we had a, how do I say it? Some very prideful people. They really, really don't care about the developers' opinions. And well, we designed a feature. Let's call it feature one. And initially, I designed that feature with the how I've seen it being developed by other people. And even the software they wanted to copy had this feature developed this way. So I created it that way. And then they came to me and were like, no, we want it like this. People don't like it like that. Stuff like that and everything. And then I changed it. It became quite different from what I initially like envisioned. And it was kind of weird in a sense that like they didn't have any users, but they said user feedback. And on the other side, even I, as a like software engineer, I didn't like how the feature worked. It had one of the worst UX experiences ever. Allegedly. Okay, allegedly. I mean, we don't have it now, but I don't even know if the website works even. And then they did an actual user test. So they went to a couple of users, and the users didn't like it. Surprise, surprise. But jokes on them, I actually had this kept this feature just in a different page and in a different like link. And I told them, well, can you give them this link to test it? And then they gave the doctors, or excuse me, the clients, because I'm like seeing a message here from my working. Okay, let me see. Okay, something about my latest project. Anyway, it has doctors and everything. So, um, and they sent it to the users. First, they didn't like the feature, but when they were shown the initial way the feature was developed, I quite liked it. It was quite simple. The UX was simple. I tried to make this thing in multiple steps, and then I was like, no, we can actually make it even easier, and then let's do it this way. And we did that way, and they quite liked the feature, and they were pretty much forced to go back to the way I designed it initially. And basically, because of their pride, we wasted like a month or two of development. I was also like trying to fix some old things that they didn't like in the project. Yeah, pride is kind of a destructive sin, but I mean, if you prideful in your, there's a difference between pride, just like being arrogant, and like the being like confident. Because you know, if you're like confident, it's fine. We can pass things along, and we can like agree on some stuff and everything. But if you're just like arrogant without having any knowledge, it's kind of crazy, you know. Okay, it's a call to prayer, and yeah, this is it for the video. See you on the next one. Hopefully, you like this kind of like me where I'm talking. I'm just like giving useless information, you know. I like it. I like to talk. It's probably more like yapping and not talking, but yeah. See you tomorrow.